Accessibility design is something that I absolutely love. The impact you can make to users who need accessibility features is so rewarding. Let's be honest, it should just be a given. Opening up your products for impaired users will not only enhance the experience for those type of users, but it'll also enhance the experience for the general public. So here's a list of the 5 most common mistakes that you can avoid when designing accessible products. If you're new here, hi, what's up? I'm Gemma and I'm a senior product designer who shares tips about UX for free. If that's something you're interested in, then why not hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. First up, we have color contrast. Fonts and background color combinations with low contrast can cause problems for users who have low vision or who are colorblind. This can also include the older generation because they can suffer from a low vision sensitivity just from aging. It can also affect users who are neurodiverse with issues such as dyslexia. The Web Content Accessibility Guidelines recommend that the contrast ratio should be between 4.5 for normal text and a 3:1 for larger text. So the next time that you may be working on the UI, please consider checking the color contrast ratios, and you can do that by checking out the link in the description below. There's a little tool that you can use, so I highly recommend you do that. My next one would be label-less form fields. We've all worked on forms during our design life, and often or not, when it comes to the UI, we feel like we can be our most creative. But while being creative and coming up with different combinations for form fields, we seem to forget the purpose of a form. If you go back to basics, a form is just to input and collect information. Forms can be very detailed. Imagine that you are applying for a new driver's license or passport, for instance. This is considered something which is quite serious. You start to fill out the form and the labels disappear. This is not helpful for when you need to go back and check to see if you filled in the correct information before you hit submit. Having visible labels not only improves the readability of the form and the ability to scan the page a lot quickly, it also limits cognitive overload for the users. It also improves the experience for visually impaired users who use a screen reading technology to read the page for them. If the label disappears, then those who use screen reading technology, that technology can no longer read the labels as they are not present. So if they went to go back through to check to see if they've inputted the right information, they wouldn't necessarily know if they inputted the information in the correct place. So please make sure that all your input fields contain a label. Number 3, meaningless link text. What's a meaningless link text, I hear you say? But we've all seen them. The click here's, read more, view, browse. All these are considered meaningless link text. Users who rely on assistive technology to navigate a website, skipping from link to link until they find the content that they need. Now, try and imagine yourself trying to navigate a website and all you can hear back is read more, click here, tap here, browse. It is not helpful. You have no context of where that link is now going to take you. Adding in links that are descriptive not only improves the experience for people who are using assistive technology, it also improves the experience for the average user. You will give the users the ability to scan content quickly without having to read headings or intro text to find out where that link is now going to take them. Number 4, illegible typography. Have you ever found yourself zooming into a website or putting your phone really close to your face so you can read the content? If you said yes, you are not alone. If you are struggling to read something that you designed, the chances are that everyone else is also going to struggle. When designing for the web, it's a good idea to make sure that the text is legible, meaning easy to read no matter what device it's on, a desktop, a laptop, or a phone. As a rule of thumb for myself, I never really go below a 16 pixel base font. So that means no matter what product I work on, nothing is ever smaller than 16 pixels. And finally, number 5, text in images. So the usual rule of thumb is avoid using text within an image if it's meant to be read. We've all been there. A developer has told us that our cool, snazzy hero banner is unbuildable within development. and that's usually a good indication that what you've designed is wrong for the web. We have to remember that the web is not print design, and what you can get away with within the print industry, you can't really get away with within the product industry. If text is intended to be read, it would be better to do this within HTML and CSS rather than put in text on an image, then exporting that image and then uploading that image. Always make sure if text is intended to be read is that it's legible, it hits the color contrast ratio, and you use plain language so all users can read and understand. And that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. Accessibility is something that I really love and is a huge passion of mine, and I'm trying to drive it as much as possible within the product industry. If you want to see more videos like this, then please let me know. And last but not least, if you like this type of content, then like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. I am really trying to grow this channel, so if anything you could do to help, I would be super grateful. And last but not least, if you want to follow me over on Instagram, you could do so here. I do talk a lot about accessibility and inclusive design and a lot more, so if that's something you're interested in, then check that out. And I also have a super peer channel where I do one-on-one mentoring sessions, so again, if that's something you're interested in, there's a link in the description below. And until next time, bye!